don't know what to say to him.
What can you say?
Say nothing. Just don't mention it.
Well, I guess you're right. Now that he's stuck in a wheelchair for good, what can you say?
Morning.
Stretch, hi. Good to see you.
Good to be back.
How you feeling, mate?
Fighting fit. So what's happening?
PJ's extended his leave. We think it might have something to do with Natalie Nickerson.
She's nicked off with him.
That door-kicking companion? Half his luck. What else is new?
Oh, we just had to have Reed out, Jack. Grab yourself a coffee and we'll start.
Will do. I'll take care of this. G'day. What can we do for you?
Come on, speak up.
I'd like to report an assault.
And who did this?
I'm a teacher.
What's his name?
Not a he, she. Head of English, Mrs. Harvey.
So, what happened?
Brad? Lay off, Leah.
You sure it was this Mrs. Harvey that hit you?
Well, who else is going to hit you in the face with a blackboard duster?
How were you hit? Was the duster thrown?
Yeah,
Directly at you?
I reckon.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
Well, were you mucking around?
No.
Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Looks pretty nasty. Sorry.
I just want to sort it out.
With the school?
Yeah, well, you can't let your kid be bashed and do nothing about it.
Especially by a teacher.
Exactly.
I don't buy it. It looks like a little toughie to me.
What? No, that's all front. The pussycat.
Couldn't even look us in the eye.
Yeah, but he's a kid, Joe. It's hard to speak up against someone in authority.
Yeah, well, what about his father? Well, like he was totally convinced.
Of what? Well, the cut was real enough and recent. And see the way he flinched?
Well, complaint's been made. We've got to check it out. Joe?
Listen, Jack, do you want to give us a hand with the property cage?
Yep, sure.
Wonderful writer, Kerry. Incisive. I think you'd enjoy reading him.
Can I borrow this one?
In your dreams, Jason.
Mrs. Harvey?
Yes?
Yeah.
Hi, we're just inquiring about the alleged assault.
But I didn't report it.
No, Brad Carmichael did.
Brad? He had something to do with it.
Well, obviously, if he was the one who made the complaint.
Brad saw what happened to Brian.
To Brian? No, I think we're talking at cross purposes here. Which assault are you referring to?
One on Brian Meldrum. He's a teacher here. Look, that's him over there. Perhaps you better speak to him yourself. Brian, you got a minute? I'm sorry. I know you didn't want to do anything about this, but it looks like the police already know.
Mrs. Harvey says you're attacked. Is that correct?
No, it was nothing real.
Nothing? It didn't look like nothing to me. I found you doubled up behind the bike shits. I'd say you'd been punched in the stomach.
Nothing happened, I'm telling you.
So you don't want to take it any further?
Oh, absolutely not.
Up to him, I suppose. Looks like you've wasted a trip.
Actually, we didn't come here about Mr. Meldrum. The alleged assault was on Brad Carmichael by you, according to Brad.
Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, look, just let me put this in my locker.
Hey, the fat man in history. The syllabus has improved since I was at school.
Ah, so one of their options. I thought I'd show them a sign, first edition, you know, bit of inspiration. Look, just give me a sec and I'll show you exactly what happened.
Sure.
It was just one of those situations. You either assert your authority there and then or lose control of the class completely.
So you hit him?
No, I did not hit him.
Can you tell us exactly what happened then?
I told Brad to stop talking and get on with his work. He ignored me, so I told him again. He got up, came up to my desk here and told me to make him shut up.
What did you do then?
Well, I had to let him know I was not intimidated, so I did this. Yes, that's exactly how he reacted. I had no further trouble from him. When you're a small person, the occasional dramatic gesture can work wonders, especially on pubescent males with too much testosterone.
Gotcha.
What's it like?
What do you reckon? We shouldn't be much longer. Sure I can't get you anything?
We've spoken to all the other kids in the class. None of them saw Mrs. Harvey hit you with the duster, mate.
There you go,
In
mate.
fact, Mrs. Harvey says all she did was flip her desk up in front of you.
You told us she threw something at you.
The duster hit me, it's still assault.
Well, how do you figure that, Brad?
The duster flew off the desk and hit me in the face. It was her fault. How do you think I got this?
Mrs. Harvey told us there was nothing on her desk.
Yeah, well, she would, wouldn't she?
All the other kids agree with her, mate.
Yeah, well, they're scared of her.
But you're not, eh?
No.
Is that why you tried to threaten her? To show that you weren't scared of her?
I'm not trying to threaten her. I didn't do anything to her.
Why did you have to knock her desk over?
I don't know, the crazy old bat.
Brad!
Well, she is.
Right, well, that seems to be all.
Is that it? Is that all you're going to do?
We'll continue our inquiries, Mr. Carmichael, but as you've just heard, your boy's version of events has not been substantiated.
Thanks for the Coke.
You hate Coke.
Shut up, Louise.
So, is there any connection between the assault on the teacher and the assault on the student?
Well, there could be, if Anita Harvey's telling the truth about Brad standing over her.
Yeah.
Oh, you're barking up the wrong tree with that kid there, Sarge.
Well, we know one thing about him. He doesn't like Coke. He left this on the letterbox. It's still cold.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to hurt my feelings by telling me that. Does that sound like a bully to you?
Well, he's definitely a liar. We've got a whole classroom confirming Anita didn't throw a duster at him.
I very much doubt that injury to Brad came from anything other than a punch in the face.
So maybe he got it during a fight with Mr. Meldrum.
Didn't Mr. Meldrum deny there was any kind of assault?
Yeah, he did. He wasn't too convincing, though, was he?
I reckon we should have a little chat to Mr. Meldrum.
Can I sit in?
Boss, that was PJ.
Yeah, what's he got to say for himself?
Well, he's got car troubles.
Car trouble.
Yeah, he might need an extra day, you reckon, just to get it fixed.
Well, next time he calls, tell him I'd like a word with him, will you?
Yeah, we'll do.
Car trouble. I came down in the last shower.
What's this got to do with me?
Oh, we just want to sort things out, Mr. Meldrum. Are you certain you weren't assaulted?
Yeah, of course I'm certain. Anita got it wrong. I was feeling ill, that's all.
So you weren't punched in the stomach?
I've got an ulcer. Okay, I get stomach pain sometimes. That's why I was bent over.
Only, if there is some sort of violence occurring at the school, we really ought to know about it.
How many more times? There's nothing going on. Not as far as I know, anyway. If that's all, I've got lessons to prepare.
Sure. Sorry to have kept you from work. Oh, do you know anything about this assault on Brad Carmichael?
No?
You notice he has an injury to his face?
Are you saying it had something to do with that?
So you did notice it?
Sure, but kids have always got scrapes and bruises.
Sure. Brad's injury wouldn't have anything to do with the incident behind the bike shed.
There was no incident, all right?
Now, what do you think about Brian Meldrum?
Okay, I think he's definitely been assaulted. Doesn't mean it was Brad.
Well, the most likely suspect's a kid.
Oh, come on, Joe, that's a huge assumption. I mean, it could have been another teacher or an ex-student. All we really know is that we've got two victims here.
I've just had the high school principal on the blower. Are we going to charge Anita Harvey?
Well, unless some other evidence comes to light, I think it's pretty unlikely.
Well, they seem to have a pretty high opinion of her. Excellent teacher, he says. And a very good department head.
Meaning you backs her?
You don't.
Well, as Jack just said, all we really know is we've got two victims.
Well, there is something going on at that school. Something is not right.
I'll get your money. There's no way you get your money. Hey, you want it? Hey?
Okay, what's going on here? He took my money.
Crap.
How much?
$5.
All right, turn out your pockets.
You should have lent it to me.
Now, give it back to him. Give.
You want to see what happened here? What about you?
He was just asking for a loan, right?
Yeah. That's what I was doing.
Don't push your luck.
Settle them down, I'm coming in.
Yeah, okay, I can control it, okay?
Hey, Molly. Mr. Meldrum.
Do yourself a favour, Gus. Just get back in there, do what you have to do, but please get them under control. Sorry. Still dealing with this Brad business, I
Look,
suppose.
I'm afraid he's sticking to his story about the duster hitting him.
Well, kids that age rarely back down if they're told a lie.
Yeah, it's why he told it in the first place that I'm interested in.
So you still suspect that I may have hit him?
Our investigation suggests that you didn't, Mrs. Harvey, but there's definitely violence occurring at this school. We just witnessed someone being bullied out in the playground.
We were wondering what you thought about Brian not wanting to report the assault on him.
Maybe he doesn't want to make waves. I mean, he's a fairly recent addition to the department. He's still finding his way as a teacher.
Is bullying generally a problem at the school?
It's a problem in all schools.
Including teachers?
Getting bullied, you mean? Well, that depends on the teacher, how strong he or she is.
Does Brad Carmichael take any of Brian's classes?
Yes, he does. Do you think that Brian might have been assaulted by Brad?
It's possible. Yeah, it's more than possible.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. This kid is no thug. He's scared.
Of what? I mean, what's he got to be scared
Well,
of?
not scared exactly, but he's a new kid. It sets him apart. He just wants the others to like him.
So he uses standover tactics here? Good idea.
Well, no. All right, there's this kid I went to school with, a real dag. He used to keep this pet mouse in his sleeve. Right? It wasn't me. Right? Anyway, he was so desperate to be liked by the kids, he'd hang around and put up with heaps of crap just as long as they didn't tell him to rack off, which they did most of the time. Anyway, we were doing dissection in biology. He brings out his mouse to come.
What? Alive?
No, it was dead.
That sounds like a psycho to me.
No, you don't get it. He was so desperate to get acceptance that he sacrificed something that he really loved.
Yeah, a psycho.
Joe, would you give me a go? It's the same thing with Brad. He just wants acceptance.
So maybe we should send out a warning to all the mice out there. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Thanks. No, don't take me seriously, Joe.
We need some hard evidence.
You're not listening to me. Brad he's not a bully. He's a victim. He just wants acceptance.
I'm scared, Jack.
Very funny, yeah. I'm out of here.
Come on.
Mate, you got a mobile? Call O.
Much damage?
Well, it seems to have been contained to the staff room.
What, likely to be a professional job?
No evidence of that. In fact, on the face of it, definitely not.
Well, just because it's a school, we can't assume that it was kids.
Started in the staff room, they reckon.
And if it was kids, I'd probably go for the classroom.
Yeah, not necessarily. Joe, can you get on to CFA, find out exactly where in the staff room they reckon it started?
Yeah, righto.
There's no sign of forced entry. Jack, was there anyone suspicious hanging around in the street or around the school buildings or anything?
No, the fire looked like it had been going for a while.
Right, let's get a door knock going, see if anyone saw or heard anything.
On to that.
Can you get on to Leap and check out all the staff?
Okay,
Sure.
thanks, bye.
You mean the fire actually started in my locker?
Yeah, or next to it, according to the CFA. Now, it could, of course, be coincidental, but someone might have deliberately set out to destroy your book.
Oh, I can't believe anyone would want to do that.
What was its value?
Well, it could be as much as $1,000 to a collector.
Who knew you had the book in your locker?
Most of the staff. Oh, and my English students, of course.
Can you think of anyone who might have a grudge against you?
Well, look, he's been so persistent about this duster thing, I have to assume Brad Carmichael has.
Tess,
Eh?
that's Anita Harvey.
Can you believe her capable of inflicting an injury on a 15-year-old boy?
Hey, look, sorry about last night. I didn't mean to turn into a hothead. I just wanted you guys to listen to me.
It's all right. It's a moot point now, anyway. She just pointed the finger at Brad.
What?
Sorry, Jack. Looks like you're wrong.
Are you going to interview him?
Joe's organising it now.
Well, can I sit in?
No, I think I'll take the running on this. Can you follow up on those CFA details?
No way. Why are you picking on me?
Come off it, Brad. Mrs. Harvey humiliated you in front of the whole class. Why wouldn't you want to get back
I
in
wasn't humiliated. She doesn't worry me.
We're not saying you intended to burn down the whole staff room. Perhaps you just thought by burning her book...
What book?
Mrs. Harvey brought in a first edition to show to the class.
I didn't do English yesterday. I was down here with you.
Everybody knew about it, mate. You're saying no one told you?
As if. I mean, just because she thinks it's special doesn't mean we do.
So you're saying you knew nothing about the book and nothing about the fire?
Brad's not the sort of kid who'd start a fire,
You
Sergeant.
don't mind, Mr. Carmichael? I'd like Brad to answer the questions.
I didn't do it. I told you I didn't do it. I was nowhere near the school last night.
Where were you then around 8:30? At home?
No?
He was at a friend's house.
Whose?
Just the mates.
We need a name, Brad.
Jason Richards.
Jack, can you look after Brad and his father while we get back to the school?
Yeah, sure. You want the loo? It's down that way.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Can I help you with something else?
They won't let me say anything in there.
That's procedure, mate.
Yeah, but Brad wouldn't have set fire to the school. I suppose that's what every parent says when their kid's in trouble, eh?
Well, I'm listening.
Well, we had to move here because he was being bullied at his last school. I mean, I had to find a new job. I had to move the whole family.
You say Brad was being bullied. You sure he wasn't bullying anyone?
He never hit back, and he was on the receiving end for some pretty nasty stuff. Now it's happening all over again. It just frightens me to think where this could end up. Well, I told him he had to learn to stick up for himself.
So that's why you brought him down here to report the assault, is it?
Well, I never really believed that stuff about the teacher anyway. I thought this would force him to tell me what was really going on.
He said he was with me.
That's what he said.
Well, was he?
Oh, I wouldn't want to put anyone in it.
Might be in it yourself if you don't tell us the truth.
Well, no. He wasn't with me.
Wasn't at your place?
No.
You sure about that?
Yeah, look, it won't get him into trouble, will it?
It's not your problem, mate. Thanks for your help.
You said I wasn't there.
That's right.
Do you want to tell us where you were?
I already did.
You said you were with a mate. If Jason's a mate, why would he say you weren't with him?
You're calling my son a liar.
Can you please let Brad answer the questions?
Brad, you've got to speak up, son.
Mr. Carmichael. All right. So you had a grudge against Mrs. Harvey, and you took revenge. Brad? You weren't at the school. You weren't involved in the fire. So what did you do? Where were you? I've got to tell you, you're not giving me much to prove your innocence.
You got something to say, mate? Now's the time. Do you know anything about the fire? It's one boy's word against another. Jason could just as easily be the culprit. There's no one there to back up his alibi.
Yeah, but Jason is by far the more credible of the two.
Right, you're talking about the leader of a gang here.
Yeah?
Your money's on Brad,
Yes.
but Brad's father confirms that he's being victimised. Mine's on someone else. It could be this Jason.
I'm sorry, Jake, but I find your logic on that one really hard to follow.
Brad wants to be a part of this gang, so they stop using him as a punching bag. Now, that might not make any sense to you, but it could to a scared 15-year-old boy.
Why doesn't he say anything? Why doesn't he tell us what's going on?
He's scared. He's scared to dob Jason in because of recriminations. I reckon Jason could be the arsonist. That's why I put Brad in it.
Well, we could always have another go at him.
I'm sorry, boss. I don't know if there's much to be gained by doing that. I mean, if Brad is so desperate to be accepted by these so-called thugs, as you say he is, then surely that's all the more reason to punch teachers and light fires.
Well, who's the one with the cut on his face? If it wasn't Brian Meldrum that punched him, who was it? Look, all I'm saying is you've spoken to Jason, but it's a different story when you get him into a police station.
I can't see any harm in giving Lawson's theory a go. Get the boy in, have another go at him.
Boss, that was PJ.
Can we expect him to grace us with his presence sometime before Christmas?
Well, he reckons Natalie's dropped a diff.
But that's not all she's dropped.
And they'll have to send away for a new one.
Well, how long is that going to take?
Another day, at least.
So in the whole of Melbourne, there is not one new differential to be had. What kind of car does she drive, for God's sake?
Commodore.
Can you think of any reason why Brad would say he was with you?
Not really.
You were expecting him and he just didn't turn up, or what?
No, I wasn't even expecting him.
And how did he know you'd be at home?
Oh, well, I told him Mum and Dad were working and I was going to watch a video.
Did you watch a video?
Yeah, sure did. Manga.
Which one?
Mrs. Richards, what time did you get home?
Around 10:30.
And Jason was home alone?
Yes, he was asleep on the couch.
Well, thanks, Mrs. Richards. We'll let you get back to school then, shall we? Didn't give us anything new.
Yes, well, there's no harm in checking.
Jason doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, but he didn't lie about where he was either. I'm sorry, Jake, we ran with your theory and it didn't pan out. Now, I still think Brad is our prime suspect. We don't have enough to charge him yet, but we're going to keep checking with all the other kids, see if they're too scared to say what they know.
I think I might go get the lunches. Hey, Jason, I want a word with you.
Mount Thomas Police, Sergeant Gallagher speaking. Yeah, all right. I'm on my way. Thanks a lot. Joe?
Don't you walk away from me. You're a little scumbag.
Will you back off? I haven't done anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're a liar for starters.
Who says?
You bully the kids, you bully the teachers,
No.
and you dump your mates in it. You started the fire, didn't you?
I can't swim, that's enough.
This guy started the fire. You started the fire.
You're a loser, man.
Jack. You're way out of line, Custer. What the hell did you think you were doing?
Questioning a suspect.
Yeah, well, the boss has been on the phone to the school for the last half an hour. Let's hope for your sake he manages to work something out.
Otherwise, it could be the end of my brilliant career.
Yeah, it could be.
Except maybe there's something in what Jack's been saying.
Joe, you've been involved in all the interviews. Jason Richards did not put a foot wrong.
No, not about him, about the fire. I mean, the staff room is always locked up at night, right?
Yeah.
And yet there was no sign of forced entry, was there?
Not as far as we could tell.
Yeah, so who's got access to a staff room? Not the students.
The teacher.
Burning down their own staff room? Oh, come on, no, a student is far more likely.
Not necessarily.
It's worth checking it out.
Right, Lawson, I'll see you now. You too, thanks, Sergeant.
All right, Joe, get onto the staff, see what you can find out.
I've spoken to the school principal and to the boys' parents. Fortunately for you, none of them want to take the matter any further.
That must be my lucky day.
Took some pretty fast talking on my part, I can tell you. I had to assure them that nothing like this would ever happen again.
Don't worry, boss. It'll be pretty hard to monster customers from behind the desk.
Look, I can understand your anger and frustration, but that's no excuse. If anything like this does happen again, there won't be anything I can do to help you.
I think I get your drift.
Oh, you've been through enough changes lately. You need to keep your job.
Is that all?
The boy's parents are expecting a letter of apology. Jack, make it sincere.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Richards, I'm very sorry if I gave your son the treatment he hands out to other people. You can't send this.
Why not? The boss told me to be sincere.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Do you want to check it for spelling mistake?
Just answer the radio.
Yeah. Mount Thomas 900. Go ahead, Joe.
I've spoken to most of the teachers. None of them can think of a staff member who might have motive to set fire.
Send her home.
The sergeant says to come home.
Yeah, except there is one thing.
One of the staff members isn't here today.
Brian Meldrum.
Did he give a reason why?
Said he was sick. What's the bet he's at home nursing a nasty burn? Mr. Meldrum, you there? Mr. Meldrum? Sarge? Doesn't look like he's home. And he's left a window open. Maybe he's not very security conscious.
Or you better go in.
Police, don't move.
Hello, boss.
Tess?
Yeah?
Was off the hook.
What?
Something about the time will be 9:02.
It's just gone 3 o'clock. His voice, it sounds like that West Indian cricketer, Brian Lara.
What's going on?
At a guess, sir, I'd say someone's broken in to find out what the time is in Jamaica. According to Telstra, the call was made from your home just before 1:45.
Little bastard must have been keeping an eye on the place, waiting for me to leave.
Which little bastard would that be, sir?
How much is this going to cost?
Well, the standard rate to Jamaica is $1.50 a minute. I checked.
By little bastard, I assume you're talking about someone from school?
Oh, yeah, I imagine so. It's a pretty juvenile sort of prank.
You've had a hard time at that school, one way or another, haven't you?
I've already told you I wasn't assaulted.
I'm not talking about the assault for the moment. I was actually thinking about Anita Harvey. She rides you a bit, doesn't she?
What gives you that idea?
She was talking and she said that you have a hard time keeping the kids in line.
Look, we've got different philosophies, that's all. And she thinks she can get the best out of the students by standing over them. I disagree.
That creates tensions between the two of you?
What are you driving at?
Where were you this afternoon?
At a doctor's appointment. Why?
Can I ask the nature of your illness?
No, you cannot.
All right, then. Where were you last night around 8:30 p.m?
What?
Just answer the question, please,
Are you
sir.
accusing me of lighting the fire at the school?
8:30?
I was at home, preparing an evening meal.
Mm-hmm. Anyone with you?
I live alone.
This doctor's appointment wouldn't have anything to do with the burn, would it?
Can you see any burns? My peptic ulcer flared up again, if you really must know. Check with the doctor if you don't believe me.
Been under a bit of stress lately?
Oh, this is ridiculous. I had nothing to do with lighting that fire. Nothing. You'd be better off spending your time working out who'd broken into my house.
Don't worry. We intend to get to the bottom of the whole thing.
So how did Molly seem to you?
Well, in a word, nervous.
He's the jumpy type. It doesn't make him an arsonist.
So do we think there's some sort of link between the fire at the school and the break-in at Brian Meldrum's flat?
Well, there's at least one boy who's pretty out of control, boss.
Brad.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, he's a hard one to go past, Jack. As far as I'm concerned, he could be responsible for both crimes.
No, I don't reckon he is.
Neither do I.
Come on, Joe, the attitude, that bullying behaviour, the way you're standing over that
Let's accept
kid
for a
in the
moment that
playground.
you're right. He's a bully. Torching a school is not the act of a bully boy. It's more like a wuss with a big chip on his shoulder.
Brian Meldrum?
Yeah.
Well, we know the kids ride roughshod over him, and all that pent-up frustration has got to come out sometime.
All right, we can't rule him out, but we really need something more substantial.
In the meantime, what are we doing to find out who broke into his house?
Well, Ben's checking on the whereabouts of Brad Carmichael at the time.
Did we door knock the area?
Yep, nothing, I'm afraid.
Well, Brad Carmichael was in a metalwork class at the time the burglary occurred.
See? Couldn't have been Brad.
Not necessarily. The roll wasn't marked, so he could easily have slipped away without being noticed.
Well, what about Jason Richards? Where was
Same
he?
metalwork class.
All right, you'd better get back over to the school and see if anyone actually saw him. Either of them.
Hi, Chris.
G'day, Jack. You're early.
Yeah, got let out for good spelling. After 3 years in the job, I finally learned how to spell apprehended. 2 P's, not 1. Boss gave me an early mark.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's amazing what you learn when you spend your life doing paperwork.
Jack, you are still a valuable member of that team.
Oh, I suppose someone's got to check the stationery cover, don't they? Can I have a beer, please?
Maybe. Oh, not you too. What is this last day of term?
Big yours?
Tom let you out early, did he?
No, I just came to talk to Jack. It looks like that Jason kid could have done the Jamaican phone call. He skipped metalwork class this afternoon.
What about Brad?
Well, he was there for at least part of the class. It's not to say he didn't sneak out halfway through or something, but it's not likely.
Great.
Well, where are you going?
Back to work. I want to hear what Jason Richards has got to say for himself.
No, we haven't picked him up yet.
Why not?
Well, because he wasn't home. But don't worry, we'll speak to him first thing in the morning. And cheer up, Charlie. It's starting to look like he might actually be right. All right, I'll see you later.
You lot stop that and sit down straight away.
Mr. Meldrum. It's supposed to be silent
In a minute,
reading.
Well, I was just wondering if you had the time in Jamaica.
That is enough. Go and sit down. You can all see me at recess.
What did you just say to me?
Oh, it's just a joke.
A joke. Is that what you call it? You break into my house and play a malicious prank. You piece of crap!
Come on,
Mount Thomas 258 BKC.
Lie still.
Got a student seriously injured at Mount Thomas High.
Must be your lucky day, Mr. Meldrum. That boy's probably going to have scars for the rest of his life, but it looks like he's going to make a full recovery.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not sure I agree with you there. Oh, it means you're not going to get charged with manslaughter, if that's what you mean.
Look, can we just get on with this?
We want to know what's been going on, Brian.
You were there. You saw. I smashed him through the glass.
Yeah, and put him in hospital. Why?
Just because he was mucking up? It's a pretty extreme reaction, isn't it?
It's more than that.
Okay, tell us about it.
Because I've had enough, all right?
Did Brad Carmichael assault you?
Well, he was one of the chief troublemakers. That's all I've got to say.
You were assaulted by your students, weren't you?
Yeah.
If it were Brad, it might help you when your case goes to court. Go part way to explaining why you lost a lot.
Oh, no, you don't. It's going to be bad enough being known as the teacher who gets bashed by 15-year-olds.
I hate to be the one to point this out, but your teaching career's gone.
You think I don't know that? All I ever wanted to do was to teach.
Why not just tell us the truth?
Yeah, pride, all right. It's the only bloody thing I've got left.
You may be receiving a summons to appear in court on a charge of unlawful assault and recklessly caused serious injury.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd be leaving my calendar free if I were you. Senior Sergeant, would you mind putting Mr. Meldrum here through the book?
Yeah, certainly. This way, Mr. Meldrum. This is you, as a matter of fact.
Yes, madam, can I help you?
Oh, yes. Brian, I just wanted to say I feel terrible about this whole mess.
You feel terrible, huh?
Yes, I just wanted to come and offer my support.
Well, that would certainly make a change, that would.
Sorry?
A bit of support, instead of being a complete backstabbing bitch.
That's enough.
Why do you have to talk to the police, eh? Why couldn't you just keep your big mouth shut about me being hit? Then none of this would have happened.
Brian, I'm sorry. I had absolutely...
Get out of my face!
Yeah, all right. So Meldrum's a bit of a hothead. It doesn't mean to say he goes around lighting fire.
Well, it's not his temper that worries me, it's the way he conceals it.
Sorry, you've lost me.
Well, you asked him before how he felt about Mrs. Harvey, right?
Yeah, he refused to be drawn.
But he hates her guts. And she didn't even know that.
So he lights a fire and destroys her most prized possession.
The first edition, yeah.
All right, I'm with you so far, but I'd like to see you prove it.
Well, you're an English teacher. You like books. And the person you hate is a really rare and valuable one. You want to deprive them of it, but are you really going to burn it? I don't think so.
Oh, what's going on?
Mr. Brian Meldrum?
Yeah, as if you don't know.
This is a warrant to search your premises.
What?
Excuse me?
No, this is outrageous. Get out of here.
Start in there.
Oh, no, I've got a good mind to contact my Member of Parliament. No, come on. No, put them back. Put them back. Don't touch them.
Why don't you just make it easier for yourself?
Yeah, all right. Can you stop that? It's in there. In the seat.
Fat man in history. Can't say I know it.
Me neither. What about you, Ben?
No, but I've met a few.
Yeah, well, be careful with it. That's worth about $1,000.
Yeah, give it to me, Jack. I'll put it in the safe, eh?
$1,000, a lot of money for a book no one's read.
I wouldn't say no one, just because you lot are all Philistines.
Oh, so what's it about, boss?
I wouldn't want to give away the ending.
Hey, good instincts, Jack. You knew that Meldrum wouldn't want to get rid of a rare book. We'll make a detective out of you yet.
Yeah, don't think a CI career's got legs.
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Sergeant Croydon speaking. Really? Ah, good. OK, thanks for that. Bye. Well, the Carmichael boy's up and about, ready to be interviewed.
All right, Joe, let's go.
Yeah.
Sarge, could I come with you?
You're not operational, Joe.
I can handle the hospital. Come on, maybe this kid will talk to me.
Why would the school employ a maniac like that for?
Don't think he's a maniac. I think he's just a weak man who's been pushed too far.
What, you think Brad's the one who pushed him?
I don't think anything justifies what Mr. Meldrum did. All right, but we're going to get to the bottom of this break into his home.
My boy is lying here, cut to ribbons. He almost dies, and you're still worried about that.
I know you're very upset, right? But I have to ask you to quieten down or to leave the room. Did you break into Mr. Meldrum's house?
I've got nothing to say about that.
You had a bit to say about it this morning at the school library.
Yeah, well, kids talk, you know how it is.
So if it wasn't you, who was it?
I don't know.
Well, someone must have told you about it.
Look, I'm not a dobber, all right?
Why was Mr. Meldrum so angry with you, hey? Was it because of the phone call to Jamaica? Was it because you've assaulted him? You think you're a real little tough guy, don't you? You're not looking so tough now, mate.
Just leave me alone.
I don't reckon you're a toughie at all. I reckon it's just an act. Look where it's landed you.
Can't you see he's had enough?
Yeah. All right. I'll be speaking to you again later.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to stop acting and start standing up for yourself, Brad. You could start by telling us who's responsible for all the trouble at school.
Constable.
Think about it.
Brad was the one that Meldrum attacked, right? So I've got to believe he's the chief tormentor.
And how come Jason Richards was the one absent from that metalwork class?
Yes, Mr.
Just check him out, that's all I'm saying.
We never got to
He
speak
has.
to him at the school, you know.
OK, listen, just
Maybe
please
he
hold
is.
for a sec. OK.
Let's go.
Not so fast. That's Sean Carmichael on the phone.
Yeah?
He's worried. Brad's just run away from the hospital.
If he's so innocent, why is he running away? Can't have got much further than this.
Sarge? Bully boy act didn't work, so now you're going to run away too, huh? Don't think they have bullies where you're heading? They're everywhere, mate.
What else am I supposed to do?
Run away, fine. I can't chase after you.
You don't know what it's like. Kids picking on you all the time.
You reckon I wouldn't change places with you if I could? At least you've got choices, Brad. I can't run away. I can't do anything about my situation, but you can. You've got the power to change it. And take the easy way out. Go on. Be gutless. Come on, Sarge, you're wasting our time here.
Hold on a minute. I don't reckon I could get a lift.
Sure, jump in the back.
Brad, you all right?
He's fine, Mr. Carmichael.
I want him to see a doctor straight away.
It's okay, Dad.
We tried to return him to the hospital, but he insisted on coming down here.
Brad wants to make a statement. Look a few things up first, don't you?
You don't have to say anything, OK?
It's okay, Dad, I want to. The trouble at school, the bashings, the breaking into Mr. Meldrum's house. It was all Jason Richards. He's the one you should be talking to.
So how does this Jason get away with it?
By pretending he's a suck. All the teachers love him.
Except Brian Meldrum.
Yeah, well, that was different. Jason thought he was as weak as.
So Jason assaulted him behind the bike sheds?
Well, Molly was going to give him an F on a book report. Changed his mind and gave him an A after that.
And the cut on your face, that had nothing to do with Mrs. Harvey.
It was Jason, too. Got home and Dad freaked. I couldn't tell him it was the other kids laying it to me again. I just said she did it.
Except he brought you down here and made you report it to us. Well, we could charge you with making a false report, but on this occasion, I'm inclined not to. You just stay out of trouble, son.
Yeah, don't worry, I will.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a good student. Ask any of the teachers.
I doubt whether Brian Meldrum would agree.
Brian Meldrum's not a teacher anymore.
Your friend, Brad Carmichael, reckons you're behind most of the trouble at the school?
Yeah. Oh, Brad's got it wrong.
Where were you during metalwork class yesterday?
In the library. Metalwork's boring.
No one saw you there.
Well, I was cutting class. I wouldn't want to be seen, would
I put it to you that you cut class in order to break into Brian Meldrum's house, where you made a call to Kingston, Jamaica.
No.
Did you wear gloves, Jason?
Gloves? What are you talking about?
Fingerprints. That's what I'm talking about. All we need is a set for comparison. Court order won't be too
This
hard
is
to get.
crap. I think I spent my time climbing into teachers' windows. You're crazy.
We didn't say anything about climbing into windows, Jason.
Didn't you? But
We just said someone had broken in, that's all.
pathetic wimp. When I get through with him.
You admitting to the burglary of Mr. Meldrum's house?
Yeah, okay. It's paying back for going to you guys about bashing him up.
Jason. Except he didn't come to us. Mrs. Harvey let the cat out of the bag accidentally.
Bit of a mistake there, Jason.
What about Brad Carmichael? Was that some kind of payback as well?
Nah. Guy's just a loser. Had to teach him his place.
Right. Well, you've got a few lessons to learn yourself. You're facing charges on 2 counts of assault and 1 of burglary.
How's that going to play with the kids at school?
No worries. I'll be a legend.
Thank you, if you wouldn't mind just signing there.
We're finished.
I'll just put you through the book first.
Here you go.
You dubbing little Carmichael?
Yeah, all right, Jason.
You don't scare me, Jason, not anymore.
Get out of my way.
You're not going to tell me what to do ever again. Let's go.
Right. Well, thank you.
You're part of the service.
Well, we couldn't have done it without you. Good luck, eh?
Thanks.
Come on, Brad. Let's go.
Here's something you don't hear every day. A word of thanks from a member of the general public.
I didn't do anything. It was all him.
Oh, you're too modest. I think you'll be all right now.
Yeah, he'll be right. Excuse me, I've got to get on with some work.